What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 80 of the Hive Mind podcast. Yes, I will still be doing these. They're just going to be very infrequent. This is the first one I've done in about a month. But anyway, I just got back from the gym, which is why I might look a little bit more greasy than normal. I don't think I have it anymore. No, my vein is gone. Wah! Should have eaten some potato chips and done some curls before I started the podcast. Get the veins going. I had some pretty crazy vein action going on today. But anyway, welcome to episode 80 of the Hive Mind podcast. Recording this on a Friday because there is no more schedule anymore. I used to record these on Sundays, but if I'm only going to be doing them, once every few weeks, screw it, right? Anyway, got some fun stuff to talk about. Let's get right into why I'm doing the podcast this week, and that's because there was not a Crowfall patch. If Crowfall patched this week and they put in the campaign worlds, I would not be doing this podcast. I'd be playing the Crowfall. So, speaking of Crowfall, it's getting good. Things are starting to come together. They just released a new news update. Let me switch it to full screen here. Monitor 1 with webcam. There we go. Yeah. First campaign, Ready, Set, Crow. Basically, what this means is that this is when the game kind of starts to a degree. I've been saying this for a long time, that Crowfall has kind of just been a cluster of features with no real point. This is the point. Now, obviously, this is their first implementation of the campaign worlds. Lots of stuff isn't going to be in the game yet, but they're giving us objectives to fight over. It's going to be a 3-faction game mode with order, chaos, balance. I'm not going to get into all the specifics, but if you know how that works with the order, basically, they're finally giving us some POIs, some keeps to take, some, catapults, and maybe sieging stuff. There is a point to playing Crowfall once this gets implemented. There will be objectives to fight over. For the longest time, it's kind of just been kill people for the sake of killing people if you see them on the map. This is going to change that, give us things to fight over, give us big quarries, and let's see, where's it at? Where is the POIs? Catapult construction, fort construction. You can capture forts and that kind of stuff. There's also scouting and the fog of war deal. Basically, your world map is not like a world map in most games. You have to actually explore that area and clear out the fog of war. And I believe that like once you explore the whole map, I think it slowly starts creeping back in. So scouting is going to be a big thing in this game, and the way the scout works is essentially they run out and scroll on the map and What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 80 of the Hive Mind podcast. Be sure to check out the podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play. Right now, you're only going to be able to see the last 2 or 3 episodes on iTunes or SoundCloud and Google Play because I am no longer paying for SoundCloud Pro because I do these podcasts very sporadically. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 80 of the Hive Mind podcast. Be sure to check out the podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play. You might not be able to see the older episodes on iTunes anymore because I'm no longer paying for SoundCloud Pro hosting because the podcast is something I do very sporadically. But if you're listening to this, you can see all of the old episodes on YouTube. No problem. Whatever, they're all there. So, doing the podcast. First one I've done in a month. I will still be doing these, but they're going to be infrequent. I might do one every 2 weeks. Might do one every 2 months. Might do one every 6 months. Who knows? I'll sprinkle these in as time goes on. The main reason you're getting a podcast this week is because there was no Crowfall patch. If there was a Crowfall patch this week and they implemented the campaign worlds, I would not be talking to you right now. But this week in Crowfall is pretty not exciting because there was going to be a patch, I think, but I think they sort of delayed it due to the 4th of July, and I bet some people took a day off and had a long weekend. So next week, pretty good chance that we're going to have some exciting Crowfall action going on in the game. So let's start with Crowfall right off the bat because Crowfall is getting exciting finally. So I've been saying this for the longest time when it comes to Crowfall, is that Crowfall, for the last, I don't know, I guess year and a half has just been a bunch of features thrown together with no real game. There was no real game loop, no real reason to play other than to kill people for the sake of killing them and to craft stuff for the sake of crafting stuff. That's how the game has been for a while, and that's because they've been developing all these systems and stuff, and we've just been testing those, you know, the functionality of that kind of stuff, right? Things are about to change. Finally, we are finally getting the campaign worlds, objectives to fight over, keeps to take, things to build, you know, sand castles to build up and sand castles to tear down. That has been the best way I can describe Crowfall is a game where you build up sand castles and tear down sand castles. And we're finally getting that. They are finally getting ready to launch the first campaign worlds. Yes, these will be super bare bones, super buggy, super laggy. I'm expecting absolute chaos for a while when these get implemented, but it's very nice that we're going to have somewhat of a game loop and somewhat of a point to playing the game other than killing people for the sake of killing people. We're going to have keeps to take, we're going to have keeps to destroy, and there's going to be a scoreboard, which is something a lot of guilds have been wanting because, you know, you log in and you kill a guild and they just log off, and there's not really any competition in the game right now because there's nothing to fight over. We finally have stuff to fight over. They're giving us points of interest. They're giving us, you know, mines, mills, quarries, forts you can build up, keeps you can take, keeps you can build. I believe keeps will be something that you build. You know, we don't really know how much of this is going to be implemented in the first test, but the main thing that I'm looking forward to is honestly just a scoreboard. I'm looking forward to guilds having a reason to log in, even if it's super arbitrary. We have more points than you, blah, blah, blah. It's just going to be nice to finally have something to fight over. And, yeah, it's going to be fun. I am really looking forward to Crowfall. So if you have not gotten on the Crowfall bandwagon yet, sign up using my link in the description down below. Yes, I do get a little bit of a kickback when you sign up, but you get into the beta for free, and you get 5% off anything you buy. It's a win-win. And before anybody accuses me of shilling for Crowfall, I've had a few people accuse me of that. I bought into the Kickstarter years ago for $500 long before this affiliate link existed. So I'm excited as fuck for this game. I've got like 1,000 posts in the forums. I'm not a paid shill for Crowfall. Even though, you know, if they want to pay me to shill for the game, I will do it. But currently not. But yeah, sign up with that referral link, get into the beta for free. It's a first come, first serve kind of deal. So if you sign up now, you get in line before the masses, because I have a feeling once people, you know, once this campaign world stuff gets further and further developed and it becomes more of a fun game to play, because right now, yeah, Crowfall's fun. It's fun to mess around with the character builds and fun to kill people and fun to craft stuff, but there's just no game. You know, there's no point. Once this gets further and further implemented, I have a feeling the first implementation of this is going to be a complete dumpster fire, and it's just going to be nuts and laggy. But as things develop, as they polish it up and fix things that are obviously broken, you're going to see a lot of people sign up. So at least sign up with the link and get in line. You know, sign up, get in line for the free beta so you don't have to wait around, because eventually the giant Zerg population of idiots is going to sign up, and yeah, you don't want to be behind those guys. So what else from this news drop that's fun? They gave us some information about cartography. So cartography is going to be pretty cool in this game. So the map, the world map in this game is something that you have to explore, like in most MMOs, where yeah, you walk out in the map and it slowly reveals itself. But the thing is that I believe that map that slowly reveals itself eventually becomes inaccurate, because Crowfall is a game where people can build things up and tear things down. So your map needs to continually stay up to date, or else you're using old information. So there's going to be scouts in this game that are going to run around and make sure everybody's map is up to date. So if XYZ guild has a keep over here and you haven't been over there in a long time, you might not even know. So it's going to be interesting to see how the cartography system develops, and if your map is going to slowly, like, you know, the fog of war as you explore. I wonder if that's going to slowly creep back in. it seems like they're going to be doing something with that. Let's see here. Let's read this. But yeah, just the fact that the map does not stay up to date is pretty cool. That's a pretty neat mechanic. So if you don't go on one side of the map for 3 weeks, a lot can change. You know, there could be a whole, you know, guild settlement or guild keep or whatever over there that you don't know about because you haven't been over there. And the cartography maps are tradable. So if you're a scout, you could have your whole game loop be selling up-to-date maps to PvPers so they know what the heck is going on with the world map and where people are at and where the resources are and stuff like that. So, pretty cool. That is one of the updates that they gave this week. This was an exciting week for Crowfall. I'm just seeing if I missed anything. There might potentially be siege weapons in this upcoming campaign world update. I don't really know if that's going to be a thing or not. But the main thing I'm looking forward to is a scoreboard. You know, we've got a point to play the game. Once this goes live, we have a point to play the game, and that's going to be very fun, despite the fact that this is going to be an absolute disaster, most likely, when this comes out. And the other update we got was character creation, which is pretty neat. So you're going to have your, they did the race class split for anybody that is unfamiliar with that. There are way more, there weren't race class combinations to begin with Crowfall. In the past, if you wanted to be a confessor, you had to be the human confessor, and there was nothing else you could do. That is no longer the case. There are now multiple races for each class to pick, and the races have, you know, racial abilities and stuff like that. Lots of exciting shit. But we got to look at the new UI for the character creation. Looking pretty sharp. They gave us the Nathari racial, which is, if you're familiar with the Confessor right-click dash, that is going to be the Nathari racial, not a Confessor baseline ability. And before you say that's crazy OP, they are apparently normalizing that. They are essentially nerfing the Confessor or Nathari right-click Zealot Rush ability to something not quite as ridiculous. It's pretty crazy. It's really, really powerful. So who knows how much they're going to nerf it by, but they've hinted at the fact that they're going to be normalizing that to make it more in line with the other dodge roll mechanics, because it's far more powerful than any other right click in the game. That and the Druid are going to be normalized. Do I think they're going to cut them down crazy low? Like some people think they're going to be like 6 yards. I think they'll probably still be, they'll probably shoot you a good far bit still, but probably not 25 meters like they've been doing, or however far it is. So yeah, but here's a look at the character creation menu. Not going to be too crazy with body types and things like that, but you've got male, female, face style and hairstyle, hair color, eye color, skin tone, that kind of stuff. Nothing too crazy. Very similar to probably WoW character creation, with maybe a little bit more options there. This is where it gets very exciting in terms of character creation, where you get to pick your advantages and disadvantages, which will affect your stat maximums and stat minimums. So you can be, you know, it's very much like Dungeons and Dragons, where you can be dim-witted, which will make your character more retarded, but you can be stronger because it gives you more points to allocate towards the advantages, like Giant's Blood, Dragon's Blood, Titan's Blood, whatever. Eagle Eye makes you better with ranged weapons. Then you've got some other stuff they've been hinting at, like Raised by Stoneborn, Raised by Ganetians, Raised by Wildlings. So who knows what that's going to be, but yeah, the advantages and disadvantages is going to be pretty cool. That's going to be a neat system to see what people do with that, along with the race choices. So the fact that the races and classes are split up is very significant, because let's see here, the game races. If you look at the official website, for the longest time this had no real meaning, because the archetypes were locked to classes. So the fact that the humans had 3 strength and the half-elves had, you know, 4 dexterity or whatever, these arbitrary stats didn't really matter, because like, why the hell are these here if you can only play that race in that class, right? But now that the races and the classes are unlocked, all of a sudden it makes a big difference. If you are a well, not a huge, it probably won't be a huge difference, but you will have different stat maximums if you are a human knight compared to a well, let me pull up somebody else that can be a knight. a Ganetian knight. So let's take a look at the stats between the human and the Ganetian. So the human, for example, is like the king of average. The human has three pips or 3 points in every single stat. They are the master of none, or race. They can do it all, but just not great. But then you look at the Ganetian, and they have 2 strength, 5 dexterity, 3 intellect, spirit, whatever. So these matter now. These stats matter, and these stats will affect your character maximum stats. So that being a Ganetian knight is not only going to give you a different racial ability compared to human, but it's also going to give you different stat potentials and stat maximums. So that's very cool. But yeah, advantages and disadvantages, that's going to be awesome. All right. Well, I've sucked Crowfall's dick enough. Let's talk about some other stuff here. So yeah, put it back on full screen. I'm looking pretty greasy. By the way, I just got back from the gym, which is why I'm looking like a little shiny. Probably should have eaten some potato chips and done some bicep curls, because I had like a crazy vein going on today, but it's gone. It's gone. The pump is gone. So, yeah, that's why I'm probably looking a little shiny right now. Anyway, what else? Oh, speaking of that, I had a few people asking where's the before and after video. Still cutting it down. I have not been a complete turd when it comes to the diet recently. Starting to get very close to 200 pounds. Not quite. I'm like 208, but I think I might. I don't know. By the time I get done, it's one of those things like I don't want to be under 200 pounds, but it might happen. We'll see. Right now I'm at the point to where, like, if you think of body fat percentage like a roll of toilet paper, the lower you get, the more pronounced it becomes, like, when you lose a pound. Like, if you're at 20% body fat and you lose a pound of body fat, it's way more apparent than if you're at 30% body fat and lose a pound of body fat. And the reasoning behind that is kind of like a roll of toilet paper. You don't really notice how much is left until the roll starts getting smaller and smaller, and then you really notice when you rip some off, right? So, yeah, I don't think I have too much more time. Too much more time on the cut. I'm not looking to get crazy lean, but I definitely still have a little pouch that's kind of ruining it all right now. But I've actually been reasonably disciplined as of recently, so that's the fitness update. Lifts have still been going up, so still making good progress. I could have cut down way quicker than I've done. I've really been dragging this shit out, and I know some people are probably a little frustrated by that because they want to see the before and after video, because it's going to be pretty fucking ridiculous, to be honest. It's going to be pretty fucking crazy, but I want the fucking after to actually be good, and the bang for your buck, lowering your body fat percentage is the best way to look better the quickest. So anyway, that'll come when it's ready, I promise. I'm looking at my notes here. Oh, I had something really fucking I don't want to say cool, but I don't know, it's kind of cool. So speaking of fitness shit, I don't want to talk about fitness shit for too long because I don't think a lot of people give a fuck, but one of my strongest lifts is traps. My traps, I have like superhuman Shrek retard strength in my traps for whatever reason. All of my lifts are pretty unimpressive right now, except for shrugs. For whatever reason, I can load up the shrug machine, which is, it's just a machine where you just pop, pop, pop. For whatever reason, I can do like 800 pounds on that thing. And at first I thought that was kind of just normal until I saw other people use that thing. And most people put like, I don't know, like 245s on each side. They'll have like a total of like 445s, like most dudes. 445s or 645-pound plates, something like that. I put 8 on each side. 7 or 8, depending on how I'm feeling. 8 is kind of like a, that my reps go down pretty low if I put down 8. But I normally put on about 7 plates on each side, so 14 to 16 plates. And I get some looks at the gym when I do that, because a lot of people think I'm probably fucking around when I put on that much weight, but I do them clean, man. For whatever reason, my traps, stupid strong. And there was a gym newbie. A gym newbie came, a guy that just started working out. And he came up to me, luckily, when I was on the shrug machine. Of all the machines, thank God he asked for advice on shrugs, because it was a huge ego boost. Fucking massive ego boost. So he sees that I've got all this fucking weight on this thing, right? And he's gonna be using it next, and he's like, should I stand like this, or should I stand with, facing it, or stand, with my back towards the thing or whatever? And I said, just do both. That's what I do, because I alternate it where I stand in front of it, and then I stand and I flip around and have my back towards it to work the back of the traps a little bit. But yeah, he was asking for advice on that. So I unloaded all my weight, and he put on 245s just to, or he put on 445 plates just to see, because I had 8 on each side. He's like, I could probably do 4, right? So this guy put on 445s, and he couldn't do it. And he just looked at me and went, "What the fuck, man?" Because I'm sitting there ripping out, 15, 20 reps with 745s on each side. So it felt good. It just felt good, because I don't know. Luckily he didn't come up to me with and ask for advice on like wide grip pull-ups, because I'm good at shrugs, but man, I'm fucking horrendous at some other shit. I don't want people to think I'm just bragging, but wide grip pull-ups and pull-ups in general, man, I just fucking suck at those. I do them twice a week. I'm getting better, but it's pretty embarrassing. I can crank out, I do them in sets, and I can crank out probably about, I could probably do 10 wide grip pull-ups if I, really like burned out, and but what I normally do is I do sets of 5, and just, I don't know what the deal is, man. I think it's just my range of motion. Like, I'm so tall that I have such a big range of motion going all the way up and all the way down. But, give me a good workout, which is, it's strange because I'm super strong on rows. So you'd think that, that muscle there, like I'm really strong on rows. But I don't know, I have some sort of weakness that just makes me suck ass at wide grip pull-ups. And, close up like that, I can crank out a good bit, but still it's not very good. Yeah. I'm going to blame it on my size 15 feet. That's what I'm going to blame it on. Got too much fucking weight. All right. So we got the fitness shit out of the way. Oh, it's a fun story. Man. I don't even know if I should cover, like, news stories on the podcast anymore, because this shit's, like, a month old, but I find it still pretty fascinating. Look at this shit. Female prep school math teacher charged with having sex with 3 male high school students. So this 25-year-old teacher had sex with 3 of them. God damn, she was prolific. Now, wait till you see this fucking chick. Holy fuck. Dude, what? What? What the fuck, man? Yo. These kids, man. These kids suck. Why would you why would you ruin this for yourself, man? These fucking kids could not keep their goddamn mouths shut. Look at this fucking woman. She is like a bombshell. This is like a 9. Like, and my 1 to 10 scale is very harsh. I'm one of those guys where most attractive women on my scale are 7s and 8s. And I don't know, maybe I'm giving her a 9 because this is like kind of fucking awesome. But dude, these goddamn kids could not keep their fucking mouths shut. This woman is so fucking hot. Yeah, banging 3 of her students. How old were did they say how old the students were? 2 17-year-olds and a 16-year-old. Oh my god. These poor young boys, victims, absolute victims. Jesus, what a fucking, oh my god. God damn it. Goddamn kids ruining everything. Alright. That's all I got on that one. What else? We got. You want to just do all the fucking bad news? Just fucking rail it off? Shit. London, dude. Goddamn UK has had a rough since the last time I did the podcast. Or that Europe in general has just been. Fuck. So we had. Fucking tower in London burned down, killed a fucking shitload of people. One of the attackers in some fucking terrorist attack. I wrote this shit in my phone down so long I can't even remember it, but one of them was in a documentary about potential terrorist attacks, so fucking A. Notre Dame hammer attack. This is for Syria. 12 dead in Iran. Kathy Griffin holds up a decapitated Trump head. Oh my god, dude. I'm just looking at my phone. Julius Caesar play assassinates Trump. Yeah, dude. Fucking A, man. I don't even know if I want to get into this shit. Let's look for something else. Congressman shot by Bernie supporter. Ariana Grande. Concert bombing. Car plows into 15 to 20 people on London Bridge. What do they all have in common? Minus the tower burning down. What do they all have in common? Who knows? Who knows what they all have in common? Sorry, I don't know if I want to get into this shit. It's just like, you know what? I have a fun video. So, well, this is kind of a good news, bad news kind of thing, right? So, here, let me pull it up real quick. Let's see, I bookmarked this. Well, I think that's not the right one. I think it's this one. All right. Well. So, this is my dad's house. He lives on a lake, and in a previous vlog, like many years ago, I told people that living on the lake is a shitload of work. In terms of, like, keeping up your house and dealing with shit like you see in this picture. This is a picture of driftwood that just comes in from the lake when trees fall down, and is right in front of your lake, your property, right? So you look at this picture and you're like, holy fucking shit, that's a lot of driftwood, right? Well, me, my dad, and a bunch of other, you know, people that we hired out to help us cleaned all of this out. We cleaned all of this out. And literally the next day, it was all back. This is what it looked like. Imagine this being completely clear, and then in one day it all came back. So that sucked shit. Now, how is this relevant to a video? Well, for whatever reason, my I guess stepmom was recording us pulling stuff out of the lake because we had one hell of a pile. I don't know if I bookmarked the pile here. Did I bookmark the pile? No, here's just more pictures of it. Let's see here. Podcast. Let's see. Nah, I don't want to dig up and find it, but you know, we had a massive pile of stuff, and that we were using like a truck and chains to pull stuff out of the lake. Well, for whatever reason, she wanted to record us pulling out one of these giant logs out of the lake, and she got a frickin' damn near LiveLeak video. So I'm going to play this video of this guy damn near dying. This guy could have died from what the fuck happened in this video. So hopefully I remember to edit this in, or else I'm going to feel like a retard. So here's the video.
Are you all right?
As you can see, dude should have moved out of the way, as I pointed out in the video. Yeah, dude, that pulling out those big logs like that is super sketchy because they go in all sort of directions. Like, you don't know the size of the log you're pulling out, really. Like, it could be, I mean, you kind of know, but you don't know if you're pulling out a big log or there's like a fucking tree under the water. So that dude learned the hard way, and damn near had a LiveLeak video out of that. That would have been pretty unfortunate. Dude ended up being okay. I'm sure he was sore as fuck the next day, but all of us were pretty sore. He's probably a little bit more sore than all of us, than the rest of us. But damn, what a workout that was, and what a pain in the ass it was, because it was basically pointless because all of the stuff we pulled out came right back. But as of recording this podcast, a lot of that stuff is washed away, and I've been down there about a week ago, and it's not too bad. You can go around and swim around and stuff, but living on the lake, man, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of fucking work. So it's brutal, man. It's brutal. I don't live there anymore, by the way. I've got my own place, but anyway. What else we want to talk about? How long have we been going for? 32 minutes. This might be a short one, guys. Might be a short one. The Supreme Court reinstates Trump has been fucking winning as of recently. Not that I'm a huge fucking fan of Trump, but I kind of like seeing the Democrats lose. And damn, they've been losing. Damn, have they been losing. So, let's see here. So the Supreme Court reinstates Trump's travel ban. Then you have the Republicans swept all 4 of the special elections, all 4 of them, and you might not think that's that significant, but in the let's see, what was this? Shit, what was the state? I can't remember what state it was. Fuck, I have to Google this. It's been a while, man. I'm very rusty on these. Let's Google it. I think I know what it is, but I want to get it right. Georgia, that's right, Georgia. So the Democrats and the Republicans had a big fucking race for the House in Georgia, and the Republican candidate spent $4.5 million. The Democratic candidate spent $23.6 million. The most expensive race for the House in history, and Republicans won that shit. So, they won that one, and then they swept 3 other districts. And the kicker is this: a lot of people like to demonize Trump supporters as fucking retards, basically, right? Which there definitely are some fucking retarded Trump supporters, but there's also a lot of, retarded Hillary supporters and Bernie supporters, whatever, right? But the stereotype is that a lot of Trump supporters are just fucking retards, right? Well, the thing about this particular House race that was the most expensive race in history, where the Democrats poured damn near, some of the estimates are like $30 million fucking dollars in this House race. This is the 6th most educated district in the U.S. Like, the people that are from this place are fucking educated and rich. There's no excuse. Like, the fucking stereotype just got thrown out the fucking building with that shit. So, that happened. Then you've got Trump winning on the CNN shit. CNN put out quite literally a fake news story and had to fire 3 of their reporters due to it. And then you have this new thing that came out just recently with some of the CNN. Like, I don't know how legitimate this kind of shit is, because apparently I think it's James O'Keefe. This guy has been notorious with editing sound bites and editing things in a way to where it misconstrues shit. But this is kind of one of those things where it's like, even if it is edited, this shit's pretty bad. But anyway, CNN is fucking heavily losing right now. They had to fire 3 people because they literally put out fake news about Trump and Russia. Then they have this thing come out where the producers at CNN are saying that the whole Russia thing is a big, quote, nothing burger, and that the whole thing is overblown, out of proportion. So, I mean, not that I'm a huge fan. Like, a lot of people seem to think that I'm, like, this massive Trump supporter. I guess because I got this fucking MAGA hat out of the back of some guy's truck for free. He was throwing them out. I'm not the fucking biggest Trump supporter, but, well, I'm not really. I wish it was somebody other than him. Let me just put it like that. But I fucking absolutely loved seeing the establishment Democrats just eat shit. Like, Donald Trump's getting elected, that was one of the most fun days I have ever had on the internet. Probably the most fun day I've ever had on the internet, because just seeing so many people that I don't like have to eat shit was one of the greatest things I've ever been able to experience. Seeing the compilation clips of Obama at that, like, White House dinner saying, "The difference between me and you, Trump, is that you will never be president," and then cut to Donald Trump elected president of the United States. Like, holy fucking shit. Then you see the fucking polls that were, like, the whole Trump fake news thing. It's like, everything that is not pro-Trump is not fake news. Like, I totally get that, right? But there's a lot of fucking fake news. Like, these fucking polls that got put out before the election. What? Like, if that's not fake news, if Hillary being up by, like, fucking 20% and, like, the Huffington Post saying there's, like, a 0.0% chance for Trump to win, like, and you have tons of outlets putting out this shit that is just, like, it can't be that. It can't be that inaccurate. There just has to be lies. Like, it is fake news. Like, I mean, like, it puts you in a really weird spot where it's like, I know Donald Trump is not my fucking favorite person in the world, but he's kind of, like, this is a good way I like to put Trump. Trump is the hero that nobody wanted. I don't fucking like the guy, really. I would much rather have somebody the fuck else, some other respectable Republican, actual conservative candidate, than Trump. But, goddamn, do I kind of appreciate the fuck out of what he has done to the system and the election process. And just, I like the fact that he's not establishment. I just like how he fucking changed the game. Like, I think that something very special happened in this election, and this election is going to be the one that changed them for the future. I think it's going to be a point to where we look back 20 years from now, we're going to look back to how previous presidents got elected, and then it's going to be the post-Trump era. And that's how, like, Trump will be the turning point of how elections and how the political process changed. Who knows how good of a president he's going to be? He's got plenty of time left. Who the fuck knows? But, you know, I kind of fucking digging it. I'm kind of fucking digging it. Not a huge. So here, I'm kind of. See, I'm in such a fucking. I feel so unrepresented because while. Sorry, throat's getting dry. While I'm a huge fan of all the fucking meme magic and shit that happened this election, and this is the most hilarious thing in politics to ever happen in probably the history of the fucking world. And while I like to lull it up and meme it up and shit like that, real talk, I do not feel represented by any of these fucking candidates. I'm more represented by, the Republican candidates than Democratic candidates, right? Because I am more of a conservative, right? But the biggest goddamn issue I have with politics in the U.S. is that there are not very many Republican conservatives. A lot of the Republicans out there right now are not conservative, and those are two different things. The people, like, so when Trump goes, we're going to repeal Obamacare, I go, yay! But then he goes, we're going to repeal and replace Obamacare, and I go, what? Wait. What? No, do not replace it. No, repeal. Stop the replace. Just repeal. Fucking A. I don't want the government to be bigger, smaller, less. The government should not be involved in healthcare. The government should not be involved in a lot of shit. I am of the belief that less government is more money in American citizens' pockets, the better. The less government there is, the fucking better things for the most part are going to go, in my opinion. So, yeah, it's fucking annoying. It's really fucking annoying being a conservative person that wants the government to have less of a role in society when your fucking candidates are wanting to continue this healthcare shit and wanting to have a lot of government spending and wanting to do the things that in the past they were against. So it's just very annoying. I know there are still some conservative Republicans out there, but fuck. I don't want Trump care. Trump care might be slightly better than Obamacare for working class people, but it's still going to be a fucking dumpster fire. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be fucking awful. Trump care will be a fucking disaster. Maybe a little bit less of a disaster than Obamacare for working class people, but it's still gonna be a fucking shit show. So yeah. Anyway, I've been ranting about that. That's probably a really incoherent rant where it's fucking annoying, dude. All right. The Julius Caesar play where they assassinate Trump, just fucking absolutely ridiculous shit coming out of. Dude, if that shit... So... oh, dude. Oh! Do I really want to go on a fucking politics rant? But, like, Jesus Christ, man. If they had a play where Obama was assassinated, there would be... It's not even close. Like, people go, oh, there were people burning effigies of Obama when Obama got elected, and it's like one podunk redneck town with like 5 fucking people, but yet you've got like mainstream actors or comedians or whoever the fuck, whatever Kathy Griffin is, holding up decapitated Trump heads and people depicting Trump being assassinated in plays. Like, it's gone nuts, dude. The people on the left, a lot of them, have gone fucking crazy. And it's only going to hurt them because the kids are seeing this shit and going, fuck, this is ridiculous. And they're becoming conservative. They're becoming conservative. Let me pull up the stats. There was some crazy thing they put up where they said that the kids, not like people my age, but like the 12 and 13 and 14-year-olds are more conservative now than they've ever been in like the history of the United States, because typically how it works is that the young kids, the up and coming voters are liberal by nature because they're very idealistic and they don't have like tons of real world experiences, so the ideas of the left appeal to them more because they're just not as experienced in life. So that's kind of been the Democratic stronghold, is that younger voter base. But the kids are seeing all this ridiculous social justice, insane Trump assassination shit and going, why the fuck do we want to be associated with this? And they don't. Like, and that's the thing, is that like, for some, in this whole thing is fucking backwards. The conservatives are now like the fun party to be associated with because it's all like meme magic and like hashtag build the wall, and there's a lot more fun shit seemingly going on on the right than there is on the left. On the left, it's a whole bunch of fucking people going, "Oh my God, Russia, Russia!" When all else fails, blame Russia. Like, do you really want to be like, you're like a kid, right? And you see one side, all they do is fucking cry and complain and lose and just constantly just fucking loss after loss after loss. And then you've got the right, which for whatever reason, the fucking conservatives should be the boring, not fun crowd. But it's all fucking meme magic and I'm talking shit on Twitter and I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me. It's fucking absolutely crazy to me. I'm still fascinated with the whole Trump effect, despite not being, I would have liked it to have been someone else, but, you know, I didn't hate Obama. I don't hate Trump. I probably would have hated Hillary, but I think for the most part, it doesn't really matter who's president, too much, but, yeah, you know, that's my politics rant. I think that's, you know, fucking A. I didn't want to go on a politics rant, but I just kind of did. I'm very rusty. Honestly, dude, these podcasts might just suck shit. With me only doing them like once a month, because I don't have the mojo. House of Cards season 5, that came out like last month. So if you haven't checked that out, go watch that. This is just a terrible format for a podcast to talk about shit like a month after it happens. Man, I got all this fucking terrorist bullshit on here, but like what's new? What's fucking new? So we're not even gonna get into that shit. Oh, we got the Boogie2988 VidCon shit. Yeah. That was pretty fucking weak. I'm a big fan of Boogie, but goddamn, that video. Ugh. Weak. That's all I'll say is fucking weak. Yeah. A lot of people don't know, but, you know what? Never mind. We're not even gonna get into that. I'm a big fan of Boogie. You know what? I'll link to a video where, I was actually one of his first subscribers, and he actually mentioned me in a video. I was subscribed to Boogie, I think I was like one of his first like 500 subscribers, and I remember leaving a comment on his video saying he's gonna be a big YouTuber one day, and he actually acknowledged that comment in one of his videos. So I'll put a little clip of that up.
And in fact, it's kind of funny. I want to show you a comment, and I'm going to put it here below, and you can read it, or maybe I'll splash it up on the screen. But I went back to a video from 2009 recently. In the video that I talked about the passing of my mother and the experience that I had while she was there and in her death. It's a very depressing video, and I'm never going to link to it. In fact, I've gone ahead and I think I'm going to end up making it a private before this goes live. But there's a comment there by a fellow YouTuber by the name of Zybak TV, and I'm going to link that below. And Zybak said that he hoped that I never deleted that video and I never stopped doing that kind of thing, because he felt that it's what made my channel different, and it's what made my channel better, is that I'm very personal, and that I want to be personal with you, that I want you to know everything that's going on in my life, and I want to know about what's going on in yours. And he said that one day you will be successful because of that. And that is amazing, because I saw that comment 3 years, 4 years after he'd made it. And I'm very successful here on YouTube. I'm very successful in everything that I've set out to do in life. And how much of my life has changed since the day that I originally uploaded that video, the day that I got back after burying my mother. Wow. It's just hard to think about, you know, how much my life has gotten better. And of course, we miss her. But, let me try to get back on track.
Dude, he put out this video where he was like, apparently Anita Sarkeesian, like the queen, the hive mind queen of fucking SJW garbage apparently bullied Boogie into like some apology video that is just absolutely one of the weakest fucking things I've ever seen. And you know, I like Boogie. I think he puts out some fucking, you know, I like the Francis videos. I like the entertainment stuff he does. I don't like the whole like sitting in the middle. I find it really frustrating when people like say they're being objective but have no real fucking opinion of anything. I find that stance to be really annoying when you just try to, you know, cater to both sides to the point to where it's just fake as fuck. Like, he obviously has opinions on things and is just doesn't want to share them, which is fine, but I just hate the fakery of it. Like, for example, Philip DeFranco tries to stay objective, but then he also puts in his own opinion while remaining objective. He does it in a way that I just think is way less, like, I don't want to use cowardly, but like, oh, that fucking Boogie video was so weak. So weak. It made me so sad because I like the guy, but like, fuck, when you're apologizing to Anita Sarkeesian for being a fucking, like, his quote, white cis male, it's just like, fuck, dude. What happened, man? Oh, why are you worrying about those people? Fuck. Oh, it just made me so sad. Like, I like the guy. I'll still watch his videos. I think he's great. But fuck, man. I feel like a disappointed parent right now. Oh. Yeah. It's gross, man. It's fucking gross. Alright. That's all I got on that shit. I think that's it. I think that should I even answer the comments from last podcast that are like a month old? Just looking at all this dumb shit I put in my phone. Woman throws change into jet engine for good luck. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's answer the comments from HiveMind79 about a month ago. So if you left a comment, you're finally going to be getting your answer a month later, because that's what we do around here now. Don't quit the weekly podcasts. This is the most important thing to me on YouTube, and you owe it to us. Ah, sorry. Definitely did that. Oh, and then he said, JK, enjoy Crowfall. Well, thank you. I'll miss you, big bro. Didn't realize I was a complacent, brainwashed Republican. Okay. Well, my rant might have just changed your mind on that. Has anyone been able to apply Zybak's code to an existing account? Okay, so the thing with my Crowfall referral link is that it needs to be a new account, which kind of sucks. So, yeah, if you signed up already, then you kind of missed out. But anybody that has not created an account, trust me, sign up for your Crowfall account using the referral link down below. You get into the beta for free, and you get 5% off. You get locked in. So, fucking sign up even if you're not that interested. Fucking sign up with the code, lock in your discount, and get in the beta for free. At least get in line, you know? So I recommend that everybody does that. Even if you're not crazy interested, you got nothing to lose. Zybak quits the podcast because he's a racist, sexist bigot. That's, yep, confirmed. Hope the podcast can at least be monthly. Well, I think we're monthly still. Well, without the weekly podcast, I have no reason to live. Shame. A lot of people are really upset that I'm not doing the podcast weekly anymore. Sorry, guys. I'm fucking busy, and Crowfall is going to be consuming my life here pretty soon. Holy shit, this isn't the Zybak I remember. Yep, cut down, baby. Still cutting down. Man, a lot of these comments are just really sad people with me not doing the podcast weekly anymore. Crowfall hype just continues to gain steam, releasing lots of good stuff. Crowfall podcast after the third month of release sounds like a good. Yeah, I don't want to promise anything, but there could potentially be a chance that I would do a Crowfall podcast if the game turns out to be something that I think a podcast will be beneficial. I think there's a good chance because Crowfall is going to be a very community-driven game where there's always going to be some bullshit going down in Crowfall. I have a feeling there's always going to be some there's always going to be something going down at Crowfall in terms of the community because it's just going to be that kind of game. So, yeah, Crowfall podcast could be pretty fun. More people that are very sad about Hive Mind podcast not being a thing. There's a guy that's concerned about Crowfall having too many choices and it not being balanced. That's the thing with Crowfall, is that Crowfall is going to be the wild, wild west. There's going to be builds that suck shit and builds that are going to be completely brokenly overpowered. That is just going to happen when you give players as much choice as Crowfall is giving us. I'm sure the OP stuff will get nerfed, and I'm sure a lot of the useless stuff, a lot of the useless combinations will just, knowledge, and people will just not use them. So, yeah, that's just gonna happen when you have like millions of combinations for character builds. There's gonna be stuff that's really good, and there's gonna be a lot of stuff that's gonna be really bad, or a lot of really bad combinations. So you're gonna have to use your brain. Fun. I need a co-host to maintain. Dude, you know what? With the podcast being sporadic, there's a good chance I might have some guests pop in. But then again, I've been saying that for a while, and it's really convenient for me just to record these by myself, like when I just get back from the gym. I'm looking healthier, thank you. I'd be okay if you made weekly gaming videos. Well, when Crowfall, with these campaign worlds, I think I'll be making a good bit of Crowfall videos. Man, I gotta read these quick. I gotta piss so bad. A full minute and 30 seconds of sellout. I wish YouTubers would be more like you. Don't understand why people make such a big deal out of it. These fuckers get hours of free entertainment, complain like it's the Holocaust 2.0 when YouTubers make 5 cents off them. Yeah, I fucking sell out, man. I can't wait to sell out. Sign up with that referral link, goddammit. Get in the beta for free and get your 5%. That's probably my... Dude, honestly, the Crowfall referral link, a lot of people probably think I really am shilling the game, but that is my probably favorite, like, sponsor deal I've ever done, because I'm so fucking excited for Crowfall, and I'm so happy that I have some way to make a little bit of money on the side with Crowfall, besides the videos. I don't know, it's just fucking nice. It's nice to have something I'm really fucking passionate about be another thing I can pimp out to you guys, and you guys get 5% off, and I get some side money, so that's always fun. That, and I've had a few sponsor deals I really like. Raid Call was a good one. I've been pretty lucky with the sponsored shit. I turned down a ton of stuff, but I've been pretty lucky with that. I think the Bard will end up as his own class as it is so good. No, I think Bard's going to be a discipline for life. They might end up doing some Bard-like mechanics on another class. I think the Cleric, there's a chance it'll have some Bard-like mechanics because the Cleric's going to have toggle powers similar to the Bard. So I think there's a chance that you might see some other buff/debuff style classes or style mechanics. Oh, Crowfall replied to one of my videos. Or one of my comments here. Yep, just clarifying on something. Do I ever play single-player games that I mod the shit out of? No. Speaking of single-player games, though, Horizon Zero Dawn, if you've got a PS4, man, play that shit. That game is fantastic. I rented it off of Redbox when I was house-sitting for my dad. Brought my PS4 with me and did some offline single-player gaming because I had no real internet access. Well, I did, but it was, shit internet, DSL. I'm not going to, bring my gaming setup to go play on that shit. So, Horizon Zero Dawn, fun game. Very, very fun to shoot fire arrows at grazers and watch the whole fucking game explode. So, if you got a PS4, check that one out. It's a good fucking game. Man, I gotta piss so bad. More people that are upset about the podcast not being weekly. Yep, that's it. I gotta pee. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Be sure to check out the podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and Twitch. Most importantly, sign up for Crowfall using the referral link in the description down below. Get into the beta for free. Get 5% off. Sign up with that fucking link. God damn it. You have nothing to lose. Get in line before the masses. Don't be sad when the beta starts and you're fucking waiting around because you didn't sign up, get in before the masses see the campaign worlds and go, "Whoa, fucking game looks good now." That's one of the most frustrating things with Crowfall is that every time they do a major update, everybody's like, "Oh my god, they updated the graphics and now the game is fucking amazing now." It's just like, you guys didn't see the... it's fucking annoying. It's like, you guys didn't see the fucking magic already, but all of a sudden they do a patch where they add, you know, some graphical fidelity, and all of a sudden the game is the shit now. So, get in line before the masses see it, because if you don't, you're gonna be fucking waiting. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, or the podcast. Check out all my shit. Hive Mind number 80, Hive Mind number 81 might not happen for like 5 months. Who fucking knows when the next time I do one of these is. So, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Peace.